Hey guys, it's Stephan Piscano here. Hope all is amazing with you, and thank you so much for applying for our 2020 scholarship fund. I can't believe it's almost 2020. At the time that I record this, it is September 2019, so we've got about 6 months until the scholarship is awarded. And I just wanted to tell you a little bit about what it is, what we're doing, and the mindset that you should have when you apply. You can see I've got our new website up in the background here, StephanPiscanoCharities.com. Before I dive into what we're doing, just in case you didn't get to see these already and you didn't come to this application from the site, I want to tell you about a few charities I'm not affiliated with, but I've donated to, that I highly recommend anyone in my network check out, because these are some really amazing causes here. The Potter's House, which is a women's rehabilitation. I wouldn't call it a clinic, but it is literally a house based in South Georgia. And what they're doing with young women's lives is truly incredible. I've seen some of the before and after photos, and gotten to know some of the people in the ministry very personal. And I know how passionate they are about this cause, and it really is an amazing cause. And it's probably one, since it's more of a local charity, that you wouldn't hear about otherwise, but that doesn't mean that what they're doing is not incredibly powerful. So what they do, and this is my understanding of it, so it's best to get this from their website and get it from them directly, but from what I've observed, they're taking women that have substance abuse issues, whether it's alcohol or drug related, and rehabilitating them. And one thing that they do that's a little bit different, that kind of makes them stand out, other than just the rehabilitation of their mind and body, is they're giving these women makeovers. And I'm not talking about new clothes and giving them makeup, but a lot of people, and this is just the cold hard facts, that have had a drug abuse problem especially, will have a lot of damage to their teeth. And so they've actually got a volunteer dentist, I believe an oral surgeon, that does free dental work for them, and gives them a beautiful new smile, so that once they rehabilitate the inside, the outside matches the inside. And that's when, if you go to their website, you look at some of the before and after photos, it really is powerful. And I know myself, just from battling with weight loss over my whole life, of kind of roller coaster of up and down there, when you really dedicate yourself to a goal and you want to change, you want to empower yourself, it's really cool, and it really adds extra emphasis to the work that you've done on the inside when you can look in the mirror and see your new self. And so they've got some amazing stories that go a lot deeper than what I just shared with you here. So highly recommend you check out their website, and you've got a link to their site on StephanPiscanoCharities.com here. The other charity that I want to mention is Freedom and Virtue Institute. Some of you in my network might remember we did a webinar with them about 4 or 5 years back. They're a really cool organization that works with inner city kids that are in tough situations, and really teaches them self-reliance, teaches them kind of that young entrepreneur spirit, which is something that I really connected with as someone, being raised by a single mom and my grandmother, having moved 33 times before I was 18 years old, and being blessed to have some of the successes I've had as an entrepreneur. I think it's really important, if you're in a situation like that growing up, that we instill those values early on in our youth, that you can achieve anything that you want to achieve. And they help give the foundation to do that. So again, that's one that I've donated to personally. I know the founder, he's got an incredible story as well, which is on their website. Highly recommend you check that out. Another one is Changing Faces. And this is one that almost makes me get a little bit sappy and teary-eyed, to be 100% honest with you, even when I think about it and talk about it. So this is for people really for different levels of facial disfigurement. It's an amazing charity what they do, honestly, providing not only psychological support, but also cosmetic support in some cases, I believe, surgical support to help people rehabilitate. And I mean, if we've ever, I mean, this is near and dear to me. I actually, and I haven't told this story publicly ever, but I had a scar on my face, not as bad as a lot of the people that you see on this website, but I had a scar on my face when I was about 18 years old. And I remember while that was healing, I didn't feel comfortable leaving the house for about a year. And I was, just ashamed, embarrassed if people were to look at it, and so on and so forth. And so on a very, very tiny, tiny, small level of what some of these great people are going through, I know what that's like, and I think it's amazing that there's a resource that's available for them to be able to get support and get tools to be happy and just enjoy life and not be judged for how they look. And so I think that's an amazing charity to check out. And again, the links to all these are on the website here. The last one is a pretty obvious, awesome charity. That's Homes for Our Troops. And that's a really amazing site, both for active military and veterans, helping to get funding to provide either home remodels or home purchases for our troops, for our veterans. And obviously, my mind is if you give your life to our country in that way, and you provide us with that freedom that we're all blessed to have, that it's kind of a given that we should give back in any way that we can to help these people that have given up so much to help us, especially if they were in any way injured while serving our country. So that's an amazing charity as well. You can see the link at StephanPiscanoCharities.com. All four of those are great. And obviously, any way you choose to give back is fantastic. And we're not here to tell you what to do by any means, but I've spent a lot of time researching different opportunities to give back over the years, and those are four of my favorites. So for what it's worth. So now back to why you're here on this application page. So like I said, I just gave you a little bit of my background. I came from very, very humble beginnings, and I'm not super duper rich guy or anything by any means, which is why our scholarship's not a huge amount of money, but I do feel very blessed and very, very thankful to have been able to do the things that I've been blessed to do. And I'm honored and excited to be able to give a little bit back to maybe help a young person, and not necessarily have to be a young person, but someone that has an idea, has a dream, has a goal that you want to achieve. So the way this works, in the scholarship application form, which you'll see on this page underneath the video here, you're going to fill out all the normal stuff, your name, email, phone number, where you live, all that fun stuff. But then what I also want to hear about is what's your dream? What's your goal? What are you trying to achieve? And now, obviously, when people hear scholarship, first and foremost, they think of education. And that is definitely something that this can go towards if you want to get your degree, or if you have some continued education that you need to achieve your goal. Even if you want to get your MBA, I mean, it's not limited. Because this is funded, by my group, we have a little more flexibility than a typical scholarship might have. So if you want to buy a first-time home, like I said myself, since we never owned anything and we moved so much when I was a kid, I was obsessed with the idea of owning a home at an early age. And I was able to buy my first house at the age of 20. And even though I bought at a really bad time in the market, because I bought at the peak during the last crash, that was such an amazing learning experience for me. And what I learned through the crash and all the opportunities and successes there was really a big part of catapulting me forward in my dream, which was and is real estate. So if you are a first-time home buyer, or if you've got a business idea, I want you to give as much detail as you can. There's no character limit. So give as much detail as you can on what you would use the proceeds for and how it would help move you along in the early stages or not so early stages of achieving what your dream is. The scholarship is going to be a different amount every year. For this year, it's $2,000. It will be announced the winner in March of 2020. So we've got about 6 months. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'm looking forward to hearing your ideas and your goals, and honestly, everyone that applies, even if you don't win, because there can only be one winner, if you have an idea or something that you need help with, and we have resources we can use to help you in some way without giving you money, then there might be a way for us to work together as well. So the more that apply, the better. And I'm very excited to see what your goals are, and hopefully we'll have an opportunity to help you achieve those goals. Thank you very much.